Hi my loves, welcome to your cosmic weather report for the week ahead. Welcome to beautiful Bali. We're having a tropical rainstorm at the moment that you might be able to hear, and there's also some work going on behind me, which is like Mercury retrograde is just having a little cosmic joke with me at the moment. So if you hear anything behind here, I've tried to wait all morning to do it, to find quiet, and it's just not going to happen. So we're just going to need to roll with what is going on around us and soak in the atmosphere and the vibes. So this week begins with the new moon total solar eclipse in Aries on Monday. Now, what I do want to say at the very beginning of this weather report is that the run up to this new moon, so over the weekend, you might be feeling angry, frustrated, there might be a lot of emotion surfacing, you might be really able to see the areas in your life where you're being held down and held back. And with this being a total solar eclipse, as the light of the sun gets blocked out, we can sometimes find ourselves going into a little bit of the darkness, a little bit of our own shadow, a little bit of our stuff coming up that we've hidden beneath the surface. And we can often find with total solar eclipses an almost kind of identity crisis feeling where you suddenly start to question, who am I, what's it all about, what am I doing with my life? And there can sometimes be a real realization as the light comes back on, as the sun comes back out, of where you've lost yourself, where you've strayed from yourself, remembering that eclipses come along to put us back on our soul pathway. There can be a sense of going into the darkness, and then it's like the light gets put back on, and all of a sudden everything becomes a lot more clear. And that's going to be a big theme of this week. So if you are feeling a lot of big emotion, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a sense of having lost yourself, this is all a beautiful realization that's helping to point you in the direction of where and how this eclipse wants to propel you back onto your soul path. So if you really get honest and really look inwards, and the eclipses are a wonderful time for doing this, because as we know, the sun affects our circadian rhythm. So you might also feel around the eclipse energies tired, exhausted, lethargic, like you've got absolutely no energy, like you can barely keep your eyes open. But the sun also governs our pineal gland, which is our third eye. So as the sun disappears, as we get taken into kind of this darkness, it is a beautiful, beautiful time to go inwards, to just literally withdraw inwards, withdraw into yourself. Just as the sun is withdrawing from the sky, withdraw from the outside world, go inwards and listen. And what you're going to find is that those life areas that you're feeling frustrated about, angry about, the ways in which you're feeling lost, are all life areas in which you've been moving in the wrong direction, trying to open a door that isn't yours, staying somewhere that you're not meant to be. And so this is really powerful information for how this eclipse energy wants to work with you, because what this eclipse really wants is to open up a whole new chapter, a whole new beginning in your life. We've got so much Aries energy with this eclipse, and this eclipse is working with the North Node, which is our future collective destiny. And all this Aries energy is about becoming a trailblazer, doing something in your life, starting something new, taking a first step towards something, beginning something. It's a new beginning. And this moon is also working with Chiron, the wounded healer, and Mercury retrograde, all in Aries. We've got what's called an Aries stellium, which is when we get 3 or 4, if the sun or moon are involved, planets all in the same sign. So there is such big Aries energy here that is saying this is a new beginning, a new chapter. But working with Chiron, it's also, and Mercury retrograde, it's also a very big healing portal. So what this moon is really asking us to do is to leave behind parts of our past in order to get to our future. So this moon is going to ask you to really look at and really get honest about where your past is still affecting your present and your future, where you're not letting yourself fully move forwards because of things that happened in your past. Well, that one thing happened that one time, and that means that I can't do this, or I'm not worthy of this, or I'm not capable of this, and that happens, so it maybe means that I shouldn't do this. And so we're really being asked to look at where we hold ourselves back and stay stuck, and to heal things from our past once and for all. And that might be old relationship hurts and wounds that prevent you from finding love again. It might be old limiting beliefs in there because something happened to you once or something didn't work out once, and so you've told yourself this story that nothing ever works out for you and nothing ever happens for you. It might be healing from that. It might be healing from just ways that you've held yourself down and held yourself back. Anything that's happened in the past that keeps pulling you back into repeating old patterns and old behaviors and always finding the same thing happening over again. And if you do find repetitive things in your life happening where you're like, oh, this same thing always happens to me, this eclipse is a really beautiful opportunity to look at those things and see what healing needs to take place so that you can then move beyond those things into a new future. Because this total solar eclipse, it's a brand new beginning. So we want to set big intentions on this moon about what it is that we truly want for our future, and then we want to take big, brave, bold first steps. That doesn't mean doing it all now, but it means taking the first big, brave, bold step towards something you've been wanting for a while, towards what you've been yearning for and what you've been wanting. So this moon is an invite to start something new, to do something brave and bold, to take a step in the right direction, and that's likely going to be a step away from your past into something that you really want. Now, the rest of the week is really going to support this. We have then on Wednesday, Mars conjunct Saturn. Now, this is spiritual discipline. Mars is that planet of motivation, drive and desire. Saturn is foundation, structures, boundaries, but these two are meeting in Pisces, which is a sign of the zodiac that is about spirituality, that is about our connection to source and higher consciousness. And so this is asking us or showing us that in order to move forwards into the future, into what you want, into the intentions that you set yourself at this new moon solar eclipse, it's about being spiritually disciplined. It's about being disciplined to connection to source, connection to the true you, connection to divine consciousness, a deep trust in the fact that you're always being supported and guided. And that's what eclipses are. Eclipses are portals where your soul can speak to you and your soul can realign you back onto your pathway. And so from Wednesday onwards, it's about creating a very deep foundation within you that I'm always being supported and guided, and looking to something greater, something bigger that you're part of, and getting very disciplined in whether that is affirmations. If you want to change your limiting beliefs, it might be that you get disciplined in daily affirmations, daily meditation, daily mindfulness practice, daily yoga practices, but let your motivation be to move more towards your soul pathway. And to help you to do that, really put things in place that are going to support you. And then on Friday we get a Mercury Cassimi. Now, I love Mercury Cassimis, I really do, but this Mercury Cassimi is happening when Mercury is retrograde. So this is when Mercury comes between the Sun and the Earth. So this is the closest that Mercury gets to the Earth. It's called an inferior or interior Cassimi. Now, this is a day for opening up to insights and answers. So you've set your big intentions on the Aries new moon solar eclipse. You've started to really get that spiritual foundation midweek with Mars and Saturn, and now we open ourselves up to receiving wisdom, insights, answers, signs, direction. And so this is going to be a day where, again, if you get quiet, you get still, you listen, you go inwards, and you ask for the answers, ask to be shown the way. We often struggle through life thinking that we have to do it all by ourselves, but we've got a whole team of support just waiting out there to help us if only we'd ask. So Friday's the day then to say, please show me how I can begin to make my new moon intentions come true. Please show me the direction my soul wants me to go. Please give me a sign about whether this is the right thing for me to be doing. Please bring me the wisdom and guidance that I need in order to be able to follow my soul's path. So Friday is just going to bring this insight, wisdom, influx of energy in that we can really then use. It's almost like we set our intentions, we then start to believe that we can make it possible, and then it's almost like the map appears where we go, oh, so this is how I get there. So this is a really magical week that might start off feeling a little bit emotional, angry, frustrated, lost, directionless, but the week is going to then end by you being able to seek new direction. You're going to be able to see maybe where you have been going in the wrong direction, and then as you bring yourself back and reorient yourself, this whole new direction is going to open up for you. It's almost like the little trail is going to get left for you to be able to follow, especially with that Cassini and being able to bring that insight and wisdom in. So it's going to be a very, very powerful week for new beginnings. But please, my big beg to you of this week is just take just one step in the direction of where you want to go. Do something a bit brave, a bit bold, invest in yourself, do something a bit out of the ordinary, do something a bit unexpected, do something a little bit wild, a little bit free, but do something that takes you in the direction of where it is that you want to go, where your new beginning is, in the direction of your new moon intentions. And then just let's wait and see what unfolds. Remember, eclipse energy ripples out, creating our reality for a couple of months. So then we get to just continue to follow that little ripple ahead of us as we move into what we're creating at this new moon. I hope as always this helps. If you want to work with the lunar energies, the Lunar Living Sisterhood is always there, where I go much more in depth about all of this and tell you all you need to know. You get full moon musings, meditations, soul inquiry, a private moon circle with me. We go really deep in there. And if you want to just dip your toes in and just work with the energy of this moon and see what it's all about, you can get the new moon ritual pack that includes all you need to know, a meditation and some soul inquiry journal prompts to help you to get really deep in there. And there is also the replay of the Prepare for Eclipse Season workshop. If you do want to know a bit more about the eclipses, we've obviously had our first eclipse. This is our second one now. But these eclipses are going to ripple through to our next set of eclipses that are going to come in September, October of this year. So as always, I hope this helps. Thank you all so much for your love. Thank you all so much as well for all your lovely messages about my being here and to take some time and to switch off and relax. I do feel it's needed. I got here and I don't think I'd realised how much the last few months have taken, and I arrived here and it's like the plug had been pulled. And so I've just taken a couple of days away to integrate and to process and to rest and to find my feet here, which I really feel like I'm doing now. And it's the most beautiful place to be able to gather back and give back. And I'm also going to be doing some writing for my next book as well, which is really exciting. But yeah, I'm sending you so much love from Bali. Have a beautiful week, my darlings, and I'll be back with you soon.